The lowest point for Mandy. I was there by her side as her fiancé. Didn't complain at all. Once she regained control of the company, she wanted to marry the man she loved. She let him take everything from me, and I became a complete joke. But I didn't complain. I quietly stepped aside, because the breakup fee could cure the person I care about. I went to Mandy's office to deliver some documents. There were some suggestive noises inside. It was Larry. These days, Mandy has been all over him. Larry heard my footsteps and said to Mandy in a playful tone, "Your fiancé is here. Should we pause and let him wait?" The noises got more suggestive, making my imagination run wild. After a while, Mandy came out, clothes disheveled, with subtle red marks on her neck. "What's up?" Her patience was wearing thin. "Documents. Signature required," I said concisely. She grabbed the pen and signed quickly, as if eager to get rid of me. But just when I was about to leave, she stopped me. "Edward, I need you to take care of something." "What is it?" "Larry and I got photographed by the media yesterday. You need to suppress it." "Why?" I said sarcastically. "Weren't their photos the truth? We haven't broken up yet." Larry would be labeled a homewrecker. It's bad for his career. Mandy's face was as perfect as a goddess's. The way she said such awful words sounded like a handout. I stood there motionless for a long time. Her patience ran thin, and she threatened, "You'll handle it, right?" I smiled lightly, of course. I had my team suppress the gossip. Everyone looked at me strangely, since everyone at the company knew about the three of us. 5 years ago, Mandy was new to the scene, trying to take over the family entertainment business. She got manipulated and was pushed out by the board. She hit rock bottom, then she met me. I stayed with her through those times, helped her rise again and regain control. One time Mandy was drunk. She wouldn't let go of my hand. She said, "Edward saved my life. Without him, I would have jumped off the company building. Edward, my dear Edward, let's get married. Please marry me." Amid the crowd's cheers, I gently nodded. "All right." Later, I found out that on the night she confessed to me, Mandy also texted Larry. "Interested in signing with my entertainment company? The top spot is always yours." Larry agreed. Turns out they were entangled long before his debut. He was her one that got away, an unforgettable longing. On the day the contract was signed, Mandy was too excited to sleep. She cared too much about Larry, overly so. Wherever he filmed, she visited. Rumors started spreading in the crew. So, Mandy dragged me along, saying, "Larry's reputation can't be ruined. Say we were all together last night." I asked, how should I explain it? Just say the three of us were together. But I wasn't there last night. Mandy didn't even look at me. Her attention was all on her phone, scrolling through Larry's new photos, saving every one. There was a scene with water. It was cold, and water was freezing. Larry refused to get in, whining to Mandy, "I'll catch a cold. Do you want me to get sick?" Of course, Mandy didn't want that. She ordered the director to find a double. But the double wasn't working that day. In a bind, Larry pointed at me, "Edward can do it. We're about the same size, just a back shot." At first, Mandy hesitated but realized, indeed no one else looked like me. "Edward." I interrupted her. "Mandy, I told you earlier today. I'm not feeling well." She paused. Larry scolded, "So what if you're unwell? Foreigners work through it, Edward. Don't be dramatic. You work for the company." The tone as if he was the boss. I looked calmly at Mandy. She knew very well I couldn't be in cold water when I was sick. But after a while, she decided against me. "Edward, do it for me." In the end, I didn't go in. The director found a professional from another team. But from that day, Mandy revoked most of my company privileges. The ones who could freely enter her office changed from me to Larry. Now she's openly flirting with Larry and expects me to clean up the mess. In the break room, a few colleagues gathered gossiping. Why isn't Edward mad? If it were me, I couldn't put up with it. He's blinded by love, that's why. He's too into Mandy. Nothing he can't endure. Outside the door, I laughed instinctively. Indeed, there was nothing I couldn't endure. It won't be long. Lily's illness is almost cured. The girl who gave everything to save me repeatedly, risked her own life, is about to wake up. There was a gathering that night. I was late. Mandy had already drunk a round. Larry sat beside her, dressed scantily. They lost a game, and with everyone's teasing, were about to share some close moments. Someone said, "Wouldn't Edward be upset to know this?" Mandy's expression turned cold. Why bring him up? I paused at the door, intrigued. Mandy, what's the deal with you and Edward? What do you mean? Are you actually not going to marry him? Really? Mandy snickered. Edward is only good-looking, but boring and dull. I got tired of him ages ago. Larry's pride nearly shone through. If that's the case, a rich kid dared to speak. I'll pursue Edward. I actually like that type. Mandy was stunned, then seemingly angry. If you touch Edward, you'll never step foot in Beijing again. The rich kid smirked. But didn't you say you're tired of him? We haven't broken up. Even if I'm tired of him, it's not your turn. Still not broken up? Mandy, aren't you torn? That's nonsense, she snapped. Mandy swept the room with a cold glare. He clings like gum. Can't shake him off. Someone tried to mediate. Yeah, Edward can't leave Mandy. Maybe he would throw a tantrum or cause a scene. The tension eased a bit. I finally pushed the door open and walked in. I pretended I had just arrived, chatting and laughing with my friends. I purposely ignored Mandy. Mandy wasn't in a good mood. Edward, come over here. Mandy called out, but I acted like I didn't hear. I sat next to the rich kid, and Mandy's face turned dark. Edward, if you don't come over, this is it for us, Mandy threatened. The room went silent. Everyone seemed to be waiting for me to panic and plead. But I just blinked calmly and said, all right. That night Mandy and I broke up. I heard after I left. She threw a massive tantrum, almost wrecking the private room. But Mandy still thought I was just sulking and would eventually give in. She waited and waited, only to get my resignation letter. Mandy started to panic. She looked for me everywhere, asking people about me. She said she never intended to break up, and Larry was just a show she staged. Nothing happened between them. Besides, half of the entertainment company was built by me. My sudden departure left the company in chaos. Mandy was on the verge of breaking down, but she couldn't find me no matter how hard she tried. I vanished, taking all my savings with me. For months later, I made headlines in major media outlets. Former top star Lily wakes from coma. Edward bursts into tears. In the photo, tears welled up in my eyes, gazing joyously at Lily. The picture was shared and discussed wildly. Years ago, Lily was the hottest star in the entertainment industry, but she got severely injured saving someone, and had to retire. It was then that Mandy learned about my past with Lily. Lily was my childhood friend. She saved me back then, the most important person to me. I never loved Mandy. All these years, I tolerated and catered to her, just for the medical bills. They say Mandy went completely mad when she saw the news. Lily and I had a complicated past. We met in an orphanage, grew up together. At 7, I was adopted by a wealthy couple. My adoptive parents weren't kind, but at least they were rich. I didn't have to worry about food and shelter. Lily wasn't so lucky. Her exotic features earned her the nickname Fox. She hated it. Whenever other kids called her that, she'd fight them. Parents would shake their heads watching. Thus, Lily became the unwanted child. In her teenage years, Lily's temper worsened. Whenever someone joked about her looks, she'd go crazy, fighting till the end. In 8th grade, Lily beat up the principal's son. At the Monday flag-raising ceremony, she was publicly criticized. The principal forced her to apologize. Lily grabbed the mic, a sly smile curling on her lips. Your son asked how much for a night. Could I sell to him? I reasonably suspect he learned it from his dad. Teach by example, right, principal? The crowd was in uproar. The principal was furious, threw a cup at her, breaking open her forehead. Blood streamed down her face. But she stood firm, her smile more chilling, like a god weary of the world. But surprisingly, the next day, Lily obediently went to apologize to the principal. She wrote a 10,000-word reflection, pleading tearfully for the school's mercy, as if she wasn't the one who challenged everyone the day before. No one understood what happened, except I did. Amidst the chaos of the flag-raising ceremony, I had grabbed Lily's hand, pulling her out of the crowd. My adoptive parents forbade contact with the orphanage kids, so Lily and I lost touch for years. I never expected to reunite this way. Lily was delighted. I told her, no matter what happens, never drop out. Studying was the only weapon we had. Only with that weapon could we regain our lost dignity. Lily trusted me. From that day on, she changed. She sought help everywhere, kept her place in school, stopped fighting, and studied hard, acing her classes. We acted like strangers at school. Even when we crossed paths, we just brushed past each other. But no one knew. Every night after self-study, Lily quietly followed me home, stood under my bedroom window, silently keeping me company until I fell asleep. The orphanage had little money. Lily was always hungry. I split half of my allowance with her, so she wouldn't starve. During those humid, stifling years, we supported each other like that. After the high school entrance exams, the principal was arrested for molesting minors. When he was taken away, I stood at the back of the crowd, smiling silently at him, because I was the victim, and I had lured him. I can't be blamed. I simply wanted to discuss entrance preferences with the principal. The police. What's wrong with asking them to protect me, a minor? If the principal was a decent man, I wouldn't have caught him no matter how hard I tried. This case caused a stir. When I gave my testimony, everyone sympathized with me. Not to mention, I was top of my year, an obedient, well-behaved student. The principal couldn't bear the public criticism, attempted suicide, but failed. He was left paralyzed. His son's bullying was exposed too. No high school wanted him. That was my first setup. 15. I won big. The only downside was, I earned a reputation. Some said I was dirty, that I was promiscuous as a kid. My adoptive parents were disappointed too, but I didn't care at all. I realized then, I was different from other boys. Reputation, approval, they meant nothing. All I cared about was winning. Winning thrilled me, made me tremble. I'd do anything to win. Later, I got into a prestigious university. Lily, with her godlike looks, became famous. No one knew. Her public persona was my creation. Even her management company didn't know I existed. We were the best partners. Until 5 years ago, my adoptive parents went bankrupt, buried in debt. They sold me to a crime boss in Hong Kong to pay off the debt. I then learned their years of raising me weren't out of kindness. They demanded top grades to sell me at a good price. Lily found out, emptied her savings since debut, and bought me back. That was the first time Lily saved me. Lily's second time saving me, it was like a freak accident. Someone tried to run me over with a car. That day it was snowing heavily. I met up with Lily. Because of her status, she couldn't go to crowded places. As I crossed the street, a car rushed toward me. Lily quickly pushed me away and ended up lying in a pool of blood. The car drove off immediately. That road didn't even have cameras installed yet. The accident ended Lily's amazing career. She lay on the hospital bed needing pricey treatments. But Lily ran out of money. She had spent it all saving me. Her agency abandoned her, claiming force majeure, and broke the contract. The entertainment world moves fast, and she was slowly forgotten. But I didn't forget. I met Mandy and helped her rebuild her company, partly to help Lily's treatment, and partly to uncover the truth behind the accident using the influence of the entertainment company. Later on, Mandy confessed her feelings for me. I knew she was attracted to my skills and wanted me around to work for her. I needed her fiancé status to do more. So we entered a mutual beneficial relationship. You think I broke up with her because of her cheating? No. It was because I discovered that the accident might be closely tied with people around Mandy. Memory cut short. The microphone was in front of me. Today marks the 2nd month of Lily's recovery. She couldn't appear on camera, so I took the interview for her. A reporter asked, "Edward, you were once engaged to Mandy, but now you're with Lily. Do you still love Mandy?" Looking up, I suddenly noticed Mandy, who I hadn't seen in half a year, standing at the back of the crowd with red eyes, staring at me. "You should ask Mandy," I replied softly. "Did she love me when she spent the night with Larry on set? Did she love me when she flirted with Larry at work? When she secretly met with Larry and had me cover for them? Did she love me?" The reporters were stunned. Silence filled the room. I smiled, relieved. It didn't matter, I could no longer love her. Mandy's gaze faltered, looking lost. After the interview, she cornered me backstage. After 6 months, Mandy looked even more haggard than I imagined. "I finally found you, Edward," she said. I nodded politely, distantly. "Hello, Mandy." The unfamiliar title made her pause. "Edward, are you still mad?" "No." "Then let me explain. Larry and I never had anything. He was just acting." "Oh, acting?" Mandy's gaze dimmed. "A performance just for you." Mandy's words took me by surprise. Basically, Larry was a decoy she hired to provoke me, because I was too gentle, too temperate. I never questioned her whereabouts, not even when she stayed out all night. I didn't blink when the media spread rumors about her. I was the perfect machine boyfriend. Mandy felt uneasy. Her gut said I didn't love her. Each time she asked, "Edward, do you love me?" I gave the standard, "Of course I love you," but there was no change in my smile. Mandy became confused. She had a crazy idea. She wanted to make me jealous. She hired Larry, pretending to be flirty around him. But she didn't expect me to leave entirely. Mandy's voice was hoarse. "Edward, I already kicked Larry out. No one can replace you. Come back, please." I said nothing. Mandy grew anxious. "I like you, I really, really do. I don't want to lose you." I interrupted, "What about Larry? What does he say?" "Don't worry, Larry is a good man," she said. "When I asked him to act, I made it clear." "Good man. Really?" I opened my phone slowly. Screenshots of Larry's private social media post were saved on my phone. It showed Mandy asleep with Larry leaning against her intimately, captioned, "Feeling unwell filming today, but someone came to keep me company. Always here when needed." The post was likely only visible to me. Mandy's shock said it all. "How could he?" I said, "Mandy, this is good old Larry for you." The interview took a toll on Larry's reputation. Later, a video surfaced, seemingly shot recently, showing a fight between Mandy and Larry. "What did we agree on?" Mandy demanded. "I just wanted you to act. Didn't ask you to stir things up." "Posting those to Edward? How conniving." Larry looked hurt. "I just wanted it to look real." "You're real," Mandy said coldly, "was taking those photos and sharing them with my fiancé." Larry stammered before blurting, "What's so great about Edward? He's average, looks worse than me. Why do you like him?" Mandy replied, "I don't need to tell you why. But he's gone. Why not give me a chance? You liked me best before. Here I am. Why don't you see me?" Mandy's answer was cold. "Too late." Larry countered, frustrated. Mandy, reaching for her coat to leave, stopped by him again. "Mandy, stay with me tonight," he begged. The act exhausted Mandy's patience, and she shoved him to the ground, ignoring him as he fell. The video stirred a huge fuss online. A foolish woman faking infidelity, and a third party trying to make it real, both ending up self-destructing. It was quite a show. Larry, known for his cool image, now looked absurd. Public opinion turned in my favor. Larry tried to salvage his situation. One morning, I woke to phone calls. A friend told me Larry brought up my past online. "Edward," he began. "He once got involved with big shots in Hong Kong. You know how dirty those circles can get. You guys know what I mean, right? On camera, Larry is making clever remarks. I watched him perform with interest. Larry wants to go down in flames, dragging me down with him. But he doesn't know. His good days are numbered." Suddenly, I remembered. The day Larry signed with the company. That was the first time we met. He acted like he knew me already, eyeing me from head to toe. I didn't expect to see you here. His words were a bit odd. I pondered for a long time, but couldn't recall where I'd met him before. Recently, though, I'm getting some clues. Let him strut around a little longer. Once I've got all the evidence, I'll put him behind bars. While I was lost in thought, a friend messaged me. Today is Lily's first variety show after coming back. Right? Yeah, why? The guest star is Larry. Not long ago, Lily announced her return to showbiz. She doesn't have an agent now. It's all up to me. When we took on this show, nobody mentioned Larry as the guest star. What a coincidence. I rushed to the studio, worried Lily might get bullied. But it turned out, I was worried for nothing. Larry was stunned upon seeing her. He even forgot the cameras were rolling. The other guests were similarly shocked. Lily, despite being sick for many years, still looks stunning. Her comeback face is unrivaled in the biz. Her illness only added a fragile touch to her look. When not smiling, she's like a deity. When she smiles, she's a beauty demon. The camera crew couldn't stop filming her. During the break, Larry tried talking to her. Lily looked down at him, smiling indifferently. Larry blushed, not noticing the coldness in Lily's eyes. After the shoot, I went to pick up Lily backstage and bumped into Larry. I've heard about your stunning looks. Meeting you today proves it's true. Thank you. So, are you close to Edward? What are you trying to say? Lily blinked, as if casting a spell. Larry gathered courage to speak. Have you seen the news about Edward? His past is dirty. I mean, no harm, just worried. Don't want you to get tricked like Mandy. Are you talking about Edward's rumor of being a kept man? Larry nodded. Yeah, you've seen it. I didn't plan to spill this secret, but I was worried. Women as great as you and Mandy might get fooled, so I spoke up. Oh, that must have been hard for you. Lily beamed, lifting a hand. Her finger brushed Larry's chin. Larry shivered shyly. It's crowded here. Can we step outside? He looked hopeful. But the next moment, Lily grabbed his throat, squeezing hard. First, I'm not just aware of Edward's past. I was involved completely. Second, I'm the one who saved him. Third, you try this again, I'll snap your neck. Larry struggled in pain, face flushed. Lily let him go. After getting her fill of the sight, he coughed non-stop, his gaze at Lily turning from admiration to horror. I bet you're thinking of telling the media about this, right? Lily's voice was too gentle, like asking what he wanted for dinner. You can do that, but you should know, someone back from death fears nothing. Larry was terrified. Then Lily saw me. She lit up with a gorgeous smile. Edward, let's go. I reached out for her. Wait. Lily suddenly took out a wet wipe, cleaning her hands thoroughly. I touched something dirty. I chuckled. Behind us, Larry glared at me in hatred, but his nightmare wasn't over. As we left, a group of company executives approached. They headed straight for Larry, holding a stack of papers. Larry, we're ending your contract. I figured. Mandy did some digging after the leak. She found out my past wasn't rosy. Abusive foster parents, beatings for poor grades, or acne. After they went broke, I was sold to pay debts. They never treated me as family. Mandy must have learned how Lily exhausted her fortune and begged on her knees to save me. Lily never looked down on me. That's something Mandy could never understand. To make it right, she removed the one who leaked it all. The contract termination was huge news, trending for days. But Larry quickly found a new big shot, still parading around, seemingly unfazed. Then, I saw a photo, Larry cozying up to a mogul in a private car. That car caught my eye instantly. Stars usually ride in minivans. First time I saw Larry's personal car. No, second time, because the first time, he tried running me over with it. The day of the accident, it snowed heavily, low visibility. All I remembered was the car model. Over the years, I quietly investigated through company resources. Most evidence pointed to Larry. He's the prime suspect driver. But the evidence wasn't strong, especially without a motive. Since we'd never met, why would he want me dead? When Mandy signed Larry, I wasn't angry. I thought it was my chance. At the company, Larry invited the execs for dinner. I pretended to be drunk, asked him to have his assistant drive me. I took another risky step by getting in their car, with a knife in my bag for protection, and a mini camera on me, just in case, to record evidence if needed. Unexpectedly, the assistant only asked a few questions. Where did you spend Chinese New Year 5 years ago? On the second day when the snow was biggest, did anything unusual happen? I played the drunken fool, saying I couldn't remember. Between work and life, I can't recall yesterday's lunch. Truly can't. The assistant looked uncertain. I shook my head. Come on, New Year feels the same every time now. It lacks the atmosphere. After those words, I pretended to sleep. The assistant discreetly messaged Larry, unaware I had my eyes slightly open. I caught it perfectly clear from the corner of my eye. From that day on, I became more cautious. What really happened on the second day of the New Year 5 years ago? Did I miss something? I never thought I'd actually find something. An elderly man was dragged by a car and died. The driver was never found. It became a cold case. I remember the intersection where the accident occurred. I recall that day the snow was coming down hard. There wasn't a soul on the street, except for me, and an old man collecting parking fees. He was dressed in rags, arguing with the driver. I glanced at them but didn't pay much attention. Probably after I turned into another alley, driver Larry lost patience and hit the gas. The old man's clothes got caught on the car, dragged for hundreds of meters. By the time people found the frozen and blood-drained body, the heavy snow had already covered the tire marks. The police had no leads. The surveillance cameras just happened to miss the scene. The old man had no children, no family, no one to seek justice for him. The matter was left unresolved, and I unknowingly became the lone witness. Larry, fearing his career would be ruined, wanted to silence me, but he didn't know that I had my back turned. Earbuds on. I didn't witness his crime. 2 weeks later, another snowy day, he tried the same trick again, but Lily jumped out and ruined his plan. This failure made him too scared to act recklessly. Plus, I never went to the police. He assumed I didn't see the accident. Larry thought he dodged a bullet, but little did he know justice was bound to catch up. The day after Larry happily announced a new endorsement, I handed all the evidence over to the police. The internet went nuts. Once the police got involved, everything got easier. Oh, and to prevent Larry from using connections to escape, I posted all the evidence online when I contacted the police. With countless eyes watching, no one dared to help him this time. After a thorough investigation, the police quickly released an announcement. The old man's death by dragging and Lily's near-death experience. Both incidents, Larry was responsible. The first was accidental homicide. The second was premeditated. Larry got arrested. He confessed everything. Turns out, after the first incident, Larry was on the lookout for me. He tracked me for a long while, figuring out my routines. Every day I took a path with no surveillance cameras. He chose that spot to commit the crime. But he couldn't have guessed. I wasn't alone. Lily, wearing a mask and hat, always stood at a distance, silently watching over me. A rising star became a murderer. Nothing more sensational than that. Larry felt wronged, claiming youthful ignorance. Said he didn't know the old man got snagged by the car. Pure accident, he claimed. But the backlash was even harsher. The internet called him unrepentant, still lying to this day. In the years since Lily was buried, that old man, who just wanted $6 for a bowl of noodles, remains unpaid. Once Larry went to jail, life calmed down for me. Lily's rising fame only grew faster than before the incident. We started our own studio, quickly made a name for ourselves in the industry. Mandy reached out again. Her company lost its top star. The year's investment down the drain. Mandy was struggling. The once pampered lady, now fallen from grace. The day she came to see me, it was drizzling. She stared at the raindrops on the window. The rain on the streets feels so soft, she said. What? I asked. Mandy turned around, eyes sad. If we hadn't broken up, we'd be planning our wedding now. Yeah, Mandy wanted a summer wedding. Too bad that day never came. You'll meet someone better. I wish you well, I said politely. I thought so too. She gave a self-deprecating smile. But a year after breaking up with you, I can't move on. I'm up all night, restless. Every time I close my eyes, I hear your voice. The meds the doctor gave me didn't work. Edward, you know what? Only when I play old meeting recordings with your voice can I finally fall asleep. I nodded, offering the most reasonable advice. Maybe try a different doctor. Edward, don't you forgive me? It's not about forgiving, it's just not love, I replied. Mandy's eyes reddened. She dropped to her knees before me. Edward, please, give me another chance. I looked at her with pity, then slowly raised my hand. The engagement ring on my finger sparkled. I'm engaged, I said. Mandy was left speechless. Mandy's last hope shattered by my words. Blood instantly drained from her face. Why, she started. Lily proposed to me. I said yes, I caressed the ring. We planned to go public the day after tomorrow. You can't, Mandy was distraught. Edward, you were my fiancé. Didn't we say we'd build an entertainment company together? To have a daughter, raise her as CEO? How can you? Mandy, snap out of it, I gently reminded her. You broke up with me, remember? Mandy was stunned, wavering unsteadily. As I walked away, she reached out desperately to grab me, intercepted by Lily. Lily shielded me. Mandy, please don't harass my fiancé. Yours? Mandy sputtered. I've been taking care of him these years. Well, thank you for watching over Edward, but that's no longer needed, Lily remarked. Driven by anger, Mandy slammed her fist on the window. Blood dripped from her knuckles. Edward loves me, she screamed. He's just angry, he'll come back. Mandy, Lily interjected. Has Edward ever really cared for you? Real care. She had a mischievous smile, speaking softly. When I was a kid, my temper was bad. The principal often punished me and wouldn't let me eat. It was Edward who saved a bite of his bread each day for me. At school, I was poor and always hungry. Edward risked getting into trouble with his foster parents to share his pocket money with me. I was bullied by my teachers and classmates, fell into depression. But Edward talked me through it, encouraged me to keep going, and even risked himself to get back at them. Lily paused before continuing. Because of him, I've made it this far. Oh, Mandy, do you know what Major Edward likes? He loves biology. But for my sake, he switched to studying humanities and chose film and television as his major. Lily lit a cigarette but quickly remembered I don't like the smell and put it out. Edward never said he loves me. Yet for over 2 decades, he's never left my side. Lily looked at me fixedly, and I stared back. At that moment, I finally understood my own feelings. I'm not a good person. I don't love anyone. I can do anything to reach my goals. But Lily is different. I will share life and death with her because she's become an inseparable part of my life. Beyond love, family, or friendship. That night, Lily was beneath me. I stroked her face and complimented her, telling her how beautiful she was. Lily doesn't like people saying she's pretty. As a kid, that's how fights started. But I'm different. She enjoys whatever I say. Edward. She held me tight while I did as I pleased. Her eyes were beautifully colored in red. I told her I avenged you again. Happy? Lily smiled. But it's not over yet, right, Edward? You want more than this. I stopped inside. You really know me too well. Yeah, it's not over. My ultimate goal isn't just to get rid of Larry. It's the entertainment company. That's the real reason I approached Mandy. I want to replace her, stand at the top of the industry, make this arrogant industry bow down to me. Mandy's company, which I spent so much effort on building, I know all the flaws that could bring it down. Now it's time to eat away at it. Lily turned over and kissed me. Go and make your move, Edward. Her kiss was soft, like waves. I'm your most loyal subordinate. Use me as you wish. The entertainment company started having problems. crumbling from within. First, it was the finances. When Mandy asked me about the financial staff, I said they were fine. But actually, they were greedy, a long-term risk, just as I wanted. Sure enough, a crisis erupted. After waiting a while, problems kept emerging, hurting the company's reputation. Many board members began strategically withdrawing. Mandy was overwhelmed, the company on the brink. She held on for 2 months before finally coming to me. When Mandy found me, she had lost a lot of weight, looking haggard. She asked me for help. I was direct. I want your shares. Her eyes flickered. But, no buts. If you can't decide, go handle it yourself. I closed the door. Outside, Lily stood guard over Mandy, both silent. After a long time, Lily asked, "Do you know why I'm better than you?" Mandy looked up at her. "Lily, I'm more obedient than you." Mandy seemed to understand, but also not. Lily continued, "I've never wanted anything in this life except Edward himself. Not even my own life matters. Whatever he does, I'll follow and help him reach the top." Lily closed her eyes. Her final words left Mandy stunned. Because once we're at the top, no one can bully us anymore. At this moment, separated by a door, Lily and I were back to back. Like when we were 6, locked in a small dark room, relying on each other through life's tumultuous currents. I finally made my move. Mandy stepped back and supported me. 5 months later, the entertainment company underwent a complete transformation. I rebuilt its system, holding the most shares and naturally leading the board. Lily's personal studio became a part of the company, making her my singular top artist. However, some senior managers opposed me renaming the company. One female executive, loyal to Mandy, didn't accept me as the new chairman. Said I used looks to climb up. I wasn't mad. Women face so many injustices in the workplace. Talented ones like her deserve good treatment. I called her to my office, explained the company system and plans. She listened in silence. "Did you do all this?" "Yeah, so what do you think?" "But you're in film studies, how do you manage a company?" "Learned a bit from my foster parents when I was young. Learned more with a big shot in Hong Kong after being sold off. Oh, by the way, that's how we got into the Hong Kong market." "You learning while treated like a plaything?" I shrugged. "That's probably why I'm here now. Looks are important, but true strength beats beauty easily. Love and appearances might let you down, but skill won't. I never thought I'd be an assistant either." I smiled, pointed upwards. "I'm set on being the boss." The female executive stayed silent for a long time and eventually asked one question. "Equal pay for equal work, regardless of gender. Can you truly achieve that? Aren't we doing it already?" Later, when we went public, she stood right by my side. She became another confidant beside Lily. As for Mandy, she was diagnosed with severe depression. She decided to leave the company behind, traveling abroad to heal and relax. I once nurtured her from a spoiled young lady to a chairman. Now I had turned her back into a young lady. On the day she left, it was said she waited at the airport till the last moment. I never showed up. Before boarding, with the summer sky drizzling lightly around her, she said, "Edward came to see me off." As a colleague was dropping me off at the airport, they asked, "What?" She stared out the window for a long time without saying a word. Later, I happened to see a picture from that airport drop-off. On Mandy's backpack, she still had the good luck charm I gave her when we first got together. On the 3rd anniversary of the company's public launch, our business was growing steadily. Lily became an indomitable milestone and top star. We had a wedding. Neither of us had family there, just friends. Among their blessings, Lily took my hand and cried. "Edward, I have a family now, don't I?" she said. I replied, "I've always been your family." I hugged her and whispered in her ear, "Lily, I love you." We both understood the weight of those 3 words. I've said I love you countless times before, always with a straight face and casually. But it was never like today. Today, those words felt heavy, spanning half a lifetime, flowing through my veins. After all the ups and downs, I finally spoke them out loud. In the past, nothing could come between us. From now on, it's still the same.